Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever wondered why real sex sometimes doesn't feel as intense as you expected? Or why your body reacts differently with a partner compared to when you're alone? Because here's something a lot of people secretly think about, but don't openly talk about. Can masturbation actually affect how good sex feels? And the answer might surprise you, because it's not just about the body. It's also about your brain, your habits, and even the way you experience pleasure over time. So stay with me, because what I'm about to explain can really change how you understand intimacy and your own body. Let's talk honestly, without judgment or shame. Masturbation is something most people do at some point in their life, but very few actually understand how it connects to real sexual experiences. Some people say it helps them relax and understand their body better. Others feel like it reduces their excitement during real intimacy. And then there are people who notice changes in sensitivity or satisfaction but can't figure out why it's happening. So let's break it down in a simple way. Can masturbation affect how good sex feels? The short answer is yes. It can, but not in the dramatic way people often think. It depends on frequency, habits, and how your brain adapts to stimulation. First, you need to understand what happens inside your body. When you masturbate, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins. You don't need to remember the names. Just understand these are the chemicals responsible for pleasure, relaxation, and satisfaction. That's why after release, your body feels calm or even tired. But here's the important part. Most people don't realize. Your brain learns from repetition. So if you keep stimulating yourself in the same way, same speed, same pressure, same pattern, your brain starts getting used to it. It begins to expect that exact kind of stimulation for maximum pleasure. Now, the thing is, real sex is not always the same. It has a different rhythm, different pace, and a different emotional connection. So sometimes, when your brain is used to a very specific pattern, real intimacy can feel slightly different at first. Not worse, just different. Now let's talk about sensitivity. A lot of people worry that masturbation permanently reduces sensitivity, but that's not true. What can happen is temporary change. After ejaculation, your body naturally enters a recovery phase where sensitivity drops and arousal slows down. That's completely normal. But if someone is overstimulating themselves very frequently, or in a very intense way, the body can get used to that level of stimulation. So lighter stimulation during real intimacy might feel less exciting for a short time. It's similar to eating very spicy food. Everyday Nord food might feel bland for a while, but your taste doesn't disappear. It just resets with balance. Now here's where the brain plays a big role. Masturbation is usually predictable, controlled, and fast. You decide the pace, the pressure, everything. But real sex is different. It's shared, emotional, and unpredictable. So your brain is constantly adjusting between two different types of stimulation. And sometimes, if one pattern becomes too dominant, the other can feel less intense temporarily. Frequency also matters a lot. Occasional masturbation is generally considered normal and healthy. But when it becomes too frequent, or the main source of sexual release, the brain starts relying more on that solo pattern. That's when some people may notice reduced excitement with a partner or a preference for quicker release. On the other hand, balanced habits usually support better control, healthier libido, and more stable sexual energy. But here's the truth. Masturbation itself is not the problem. In fact, in moderation, it can help reduce stress, improve sleep, and help you understand your body better. The issue is not the act. It's the pattern and frequency. If someone feels that real sex is less satisfying, there can be many reasons behind it. Stress, fatigue, performance pressure, emotional disconnect, or even expectations shaped by solo habits. The important thing to understand is that none of this is permanent. Your body and brain are adaptable. When people restore balance, reduce overstimulation, focus more on emotional intimacy, improve sleep, reduce stress, and slow things down during real connection most of the time, things naturally improve again. The body resets when you give it the right environment. So coming back to the main question, can masturbation affect how good sex feels? Yes, it can influence it, but not in a damaging or permanent way. It's more about how your brain adapts to patterns of pleasure over time. The good news is your body is not fixed. Your sensitivity can return, your experience can improve, and your pleasure can feel more natural again once balance is restored. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs real answers instead of myths. And I want to ask you something. Have you ever noticed the difference between being alone and being with a partner? Let me know in the comments.